What's going on? My name is David Page. My wife Stephanie and I are musicians and we perform on cruise ships. And starting today, we are going to spend the rest of the week traveling to Australia to start on our next ship, the Carnival Encounter. Today, we are getting on a flight that will leave from Chicago O'Hare and head to Los Angeles. And then we leave from Los Angeles to Brisbane, Australia. And that flight will leave tonight, and we won't arrive in Australia until Friday. So Thursday will completely disappear, and I'm excited to show you what that's all about. We spent most of the morning making sure that we had everything packed and ready to go. We have our Uber coming in a little over an hour and 5 minutes or so. There's a strange feeling that comes with closing one chapter and stepping into another. This life isn't always glamorous. It isn't always easy, but it's ours. And every time we choose this path, it reminds us why we started chasing music in the first place. Now we're here on the Carnival Encounter, ready to begin again. But before we get to life on board, let's take a look at how we got here. There's always a moment on travel day where it hits you. When the noise fades, when the airport hum becomes background, and you realize you're not just going somewhere. You're stepping into who you're becoming.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Yee! We're going to Australia.
It's hard to get so excited yet. I'm still focused on all the details and making sure that the new pedalboard case goes where it's supposed to go. And making sure that in-ear rack goes where it's supposed to go and that the guitar is making up. Leaving home always feels the same and completely different at the same time. You'd think after doing this so many times it would feel easy. It doesn't. It feels big. Because every time we do this, we're not just traveling, we're changing our lives again. We're boarding. We're boarding. Ah! We pack our lives into 2 suitcases, say our goodbyes, and trust that the leap is worth it. It always is. But that doesn't make it any less surreal. Chicago to Los Angeles to Brisbane. Time zones bend, sleep becomes optional. But here's the thing, chasing a dream is rarely comfortable. We didn't choose comfort. We chose music, we chose adventure. And honestly, that still feels unbelievable. Our flight was a little bit delayed in taking off due to some traffic on the taxiway, but we made it. We've got about a little less than an hour now until our flight from LA to Brisbane boards. And it feels like we're going through the back parts of a mall. This doesn't feel like an airport. Travel sometimes feels like just a test for how well you can roll a suitcase and roll with your emotions. We're going to Terminal B. See what I mean? This looks like the hallways of a convention center or like a sports arena.
And the boy.
This place really is a mall. Found it. Brisbane. We're gonna get on this plane. We're gonna go to Australia. They're all going to.
See that?
Packing for a cruise contract is basically deciding which black t-shirt gets to go on vacation and which ones have to stay home. 2 suitcases, 2 guitars, and 2 people who still can't believe that this is their life. Travel day is never glamorous. Lines, layovers, strange airplane meals. And then I remember that I'm flying across the world to get paid to play music. And somehow that makes it all feel pretty magical. Some people move for jobs. We're not just moving for a job, though. We move for a feeling. For that moment when the curtain opens and everything makes sense again. We're currently flying over Hawaii. It's about 11 p.m. in Honolulu. And that means it's about 4 in the morning Chicago time. But because we have gone further and further west throughout our travels, the current time zone has still not left Wednesday the 22nd. We are rapidly approaching the international date line. Once we cross that, it'll actually become Friday the 24th, and the 23rd, Thursday, will never have existed for me or for Stephanie or for anybody on this airplane. So it's a really unique flight that we're on. It's really exciting, but I am so tired. Trying to get some rest, but it is obviously difficult to sleep upright in an airplane. And I've also been doing some editing and going through the video files from when we got back to Chicago from a very long contract on the Vista. In my exhaustion, I think a lot about how I'm going to save this part because it's really loud and it's more emotional. Time zones blur, sleep disappears, but purpose keeps you awake. That and desperately trying to watch the screen to see if I could find out when we crossed the international date line. That moment where you seriously question if humans were meant to fly 17 hours in a metal tube.
20 minutes past.
We did it. We landed in Brisbane. We did it.
Hello.
We are at baggage claim now and waiting for all our stuff. We've got the pedal board and the rack case, and then both of our suitcases that we were waiting for. So hopefully everything is here. We were nervous that things weren't updating on the Find My app, but they've all updated, so everything is in Brisbane, which is a good sign. And the pedal board case just came out. So now we're just waiting on the rest of the gear. Yeah.
It's real nice.
All good. We'll do that at the hotel. We shared our flight from LA to Brisbane with probably 200 strangers. One of those strangers ended up being a crew member that was joining the ship with us. And while waiting for our luggage and our transport to the hotel, Nathaniel from the Blanc de Blanc cast and Stephanie and I became quick friends. We arrived at the hotel before 6 in the morning, and our rooms weren't going to be ready until after 11. That, combined with the fact that we really needed to stay awake to avoid jet lag, we had the day to explore. There's always that first morning in a new place, where everything feels unfamiliar and perfect. Brisbane greeted us with sunshine, river breeze, and that feeling you get when a city quietly says, welcome. No stage lights yet, no set lists, no schedule. Just us exploring a city we've never seen. People always ask us what our favorite part of this life is, and yes, performing is incredible. But moments like this, seeing a brand new place with the person I love, that's the part that changes you. On this contract, we had a whole day in Brisbane before real life kicked in. Sunshine, markets, river walks, and the very important mission of finding caffeine after 20 hours of travel.
It smells like coffee.
It does.
Ooh.
That's nice. And all our stuff's in here already? Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool view.
Woo. Woo.
Nice. It has been a very, very, very long travel day, and it still feels like the same day, even though it is now somehow 2 days later. But now we are finally in our room. We are very much looking forward to getting showered and cleaned up, and then basically just relaxing the rest of the day and getting ourselves mentally and physically ready to start work tomorrow. All right, I've got to run over to the electronics store. I thought I brought a universal power converter, but it turns out that the one that I have, I actually brought two. One of them just goes to the UK style of power plugins, and the other one went to Central American style of plugins. So they're universal plugging into it, but not universal on the wall socket side. So I have to go get an Australian power converter. Stephanie and I ran out and we got some sushi earlier. We got a few things at the store that we needed and didn't think about this. I really want to work on editing and my computer is very close to dying. So I need to plug it in somehow. This is the place I have to go. JB Hi-Fi. There we go. That'll do just fine. Thank you for joining us for this awesome adventure out to Australia, and we'll see you in the next video.